Welcome everybody. How you guys doing? I want to take the time to welcome you to our National Financial Literacy Campaign. This is Keyon Corniffe, just one of your educators here and instructor for today. Today we're going to be talking to you about our National Financial Literacy Campaign, and we're going to talk about the importance of this great thing that we're doing for the community, and we're going to talk about some of the great things that we're doing for families. So before we get started, I just want to take the time to introduce myself and give you a little background about who I am. Like I said, my name is Keyon Corniffe. I am 31 years old. I am the father of 5 beautiful kids. I have 2 boys, 3 girls, and I must say they're some beautiful kids. You know, before this, I used to work 3 jobs. I used to work from 3:45 in the morning to 11:30 at night, and I did that for about 5 years until I got introduced to this National Financial Literacy Campaign. And when I got started, it took me about 2 years before I was able to go full-time with the campaign. And you know what? It was the best thing ever, because one of the greatest things that happened to me is that I had 2 motivations to help me get started. Number one, I wanted to be in a position where I could secure the future for my kids and at least know how to. But also I want to be in a position to help my mom transition into her retirement. And these are the things that really motivated me to get started. Now, just a little bit of background about who we are and who is our company. Now, our parent company is called Aegon, A-E-G-O-N. Aegon is based in the Netherlands. They've been around since 1844. See, Aegon wanted to make a presence in North America, so they bought the company called Transamerica. And Transamerica today serves as our financial department. Aegon also bought another company called World Financial Group. And World Financial Group is the marketing and distribution side of our company that have affiliations with over 70 financial companies. Companies like the Prudentials, the Nationwide, the Gerbers, the BlackRocks, just to name a few. Now, the division that I'm a part of is called the World System Builders. The World System Builders is pretty much our educational department, and this is where we launched our National Financial Literacy Campaign. And our mission is to educate 1 million families. Now, the reason why we launched this campaign is because of 3 major concerns that families are facing, and I'll be talking about these things. The first one is, we have a retirement crisis. And number 2, we have an education crisis. And number 3, we also have a spending crisis. So as I go through this entire overview today, I want you to think about what are some of the crises that you and your families are facing. Now, today I'm also going to share with you about our campaign. But not only that, I'm going to also share with you how we teach families some concepts, some financial concepts, so that way they can learn how to win the money game and build wealth for them and their families. So with no further ado, I just want to take the time to introduce you once again and welcome you. And I'm going to share with you a quick video. And I suggest that please take good notes. And if you have any questions, you can ask those at the very end of the overview. So here we go. Check out this quick video, and then I'll get back to you and share with you more about how we're doing some amazing things with our campaign. Right. So as you can see, I just want to tell you, welcome to the campaign. And with such a great welcome, I also want to take the time to share with you about our World System Builders community on Facebook. This is where educated and empowered families by building a new industry is such an importance. One of the things that you can see on the left, on your right, there's a scrolling going down about different things that is posted on this community. Now, if you're the first time checking this out, you should definitely get on our Facebook community and definitely be a part of this, because you could get to see some of the things that we're doing for families. You hear testimonies from people that are part of the campaign. You hear testimonies from people that are clients. You see people are super excited. We're in corporate America. You see people as excited like my good friend Tina there. Some of the great things that you also get to see is how we recognize people. Like most corporate America jobs don't recognize people, but we do, because we believe that everybody should learn. We also provide things like our Trainers Academy, where people come together, and that's me and a few of my friends that we actually come together and we come and learn and do some amazing things together. So that's some of the most important things, and I want you to be a part of this community. We currently have over 50,000 members a part of this community. We'd love for you to be one of them as well. Now, today I'm actually going to take the time to share with you about our two books. Now, this is where the first one we're going to talk about is the one that we teach families with and teach them Finance 101, and we teach them how to save their future. And by doing that, you got to understand some of the basic principles of how to build a financial foundation. Now, we also provide what is called our workbook, and this is for our Financial Foundation educational program, and this is where you get to learn it through in our workshops, and we're going to tell you more about that. So one of the things I'm going to do is that I'm going to share with you what we do when we sit down with a family, and also want to show you what we provided, and we're going to tell you about why we're building this new industry as well. So just to get started, a lot of people always ask us, why are you on this national campaign? Now, the reason why this campaign was introduced to the mainstream is because, it was according to a recent survey that was done in North America, and it talks about them facing serious financial challenges. Now, as you can see, this is taking place in Canada, but let's talk about what's going on in the U.S. Now, in the U.S., they say that the picture is even gloomier. They said that 33% or more than 77 million Americans don't pay their bills on time. They said that 39% carry credit card debt from month to month, and only 59% of adults say they have savings. They say worse, more than half now think it's acceptable to default on their mortgage if they can't afford to pay it. So my question to you is, based on some of these statistics, how many people you know that is going through this as well? How many people you know that is going through some of these challenges, going through some of these obstacles, and better yet, who's willing to help them? Because that's where our national campaign plays a very important role in teaching and mentoring people how to start winning the money game. So some of the things that we do for families is simply this. We teach them how to create a financial foundation, but we have 4 intentions as well. Our intentions for you is to show you how to make money. Our intentions for you is to show you how to actually save that money, then eventually grow that money and also protect that money. So that's why we teach families how to create a financial foundation. So that way they can learn the fundamentals of how to put together proper protection, how to start managing their debt, how to create an emergency fund, and where to invest their money. These are things that we sit down and explain to every family that we sit down with. The other thing that we teach families is also by teaching them how to understand how money works and teach them what is known as the wealth formula. This is where we teach them about the importance of money plus time plus or minus rate of return, and minus inflation, and how minus taxes will equal wealth. And we sit down with every family, we teach them how to have a money talk. Now, this money talk we're going to have is breaking down the wealth formula. And this is where we teach them these simple things. We show them the idea of paying themselves first, buying only what you need, and how to make small changes so that way they equal big money like what you've seen on the highlighted version here. The next thing that we do for families is simply this. We also teach them about what is called the rate of return, the magic of compound interest. And we show them what the rule means. We also give them examples so that way they can see the difference of how the compounding effect have on their money. And also they got to understand that, hey, it's not really what you earn, but it's really the interest that you get on your money. Also, the next thing that we teach families is also about the inflation and how is this a silent killer. And then we also show them the importance to understand how your money is losing buying power. And even if you plan to save, what are some of the things that you must understand when it comes to building wealth and how inflation takes a role in that. At the very end, we also talk about the 3 ways your money gets taxed. How does tax now, tax later, and tax in advantage will affect the way you actually get your money when you need it? So we even give them definitions. and break it down to them. What does tax now mean? We break down what tax later mean. And we also go on to teach them what is tax advantage mean and the importance of getting taxed now versus later. The other great thing that we teach families is, hey, can they build wealth? And we show them the fact that, yes, you can, because the fact that we have a lot more time than we really think. People are living a lot longer. And then we also break down the wealth formula in a summary. So one of the great things that we also do is that to help families know where they are, we help them the idea that can they answer yes to all four of these questions. But then better yet, we also teach them the formula 1020 to help them knowing what they need. And we're giving an example of what that means as far as the 1020 formula. So as you have it, we teach them all these things. But the question that I have for you is money controlling you or do you control money? Because with our financial foundation educational program, you're going to learn some of the following things and learn how to do these things. Number one, in our workshop one, you're going to learn how to increase your cash flow and how to manage your debt. In workshop two, you're going to learn how to build a financial foundation and how to put together proper protection. In workshop three, you're going to learn about how to build wealth and how asset accumulates. And you're also going to learn in workshop four, retirement planning and wealth preservation. Workshop five, you're going to learn how to build a business in the financial industry. So one of the things I encourage you to do is to write down the workshop that you like the most, and we could tell you when the upcoming one is. Now, if you ever think and wonder if it's just in where we are, no, we have centers all throughout North America, Canada, and we expand in many areas. And if you cannot make it to one of our locations, we also provide our virtual access, so that way you can log in on your laptop or any mobile device. Now, one of the great things that's happening is that we're building a new industry for our national campaign for financial literacy. The reason why we're doing this is because the simple fact that we got to know what's going on. Did you know right now there's uncertainty on the horizon? Think about the fact that the world is changing in unpredictable ways, and so is our financial future. Did you know to cut costs, many companies are moving their jobs overseas? And the fact that automations mean more jobs going to be lost? Think about the fact that many small businesses, they have limited capital, making it more difficult to compete with big chains with large distribution systems. And traditionally, we work for 40 years. We work for 40 years between the age of 25 to 65 and then retire. But now, younger people may have difficulty finding a gainful employment and may struggle throughout their retirement years. That's the reason why we know there's obstacles ahead. These obstacles ahead is, like we talked about, the concerns that families are facing. Number one is the retirement crisis. Think about the fact that the traditional pillars of retirement is now in doubt, and it's due to poor saving habits, fewer companies offering pensions. Retirement benefits such as Social Security is becoming unsustainable, and it's because we don't no longer have what is known as the three-legged stool concept, where you have your personal savings, your company pension, and Social Security. Think about the fact that we have an education crisis. How about the fact that the tuition costs keep rising, student loans is becoming a major burden, and some graduates even having trouble finding a good job in the right career for them. And we know that spending crisis. Think about the budget deficit and the rise in national debt could actually increase pressure on our government to either raise taxes, reduce funding to retirement programs like Social Security. Did you know some people spend more on things they don't need with money they don't have? And we understand that keeping up with our social media friends can get very expensive. So you got to think about, what is your situation right now? Do you have problem paying your bills? Are you concerned about your job, your career? Are you paid what you're worth? Are your children growing up and your parents growing old faster than you can provide for them? Do you feel the financial trap affecting your families? It's ironic that we live in one of the wealthiest countries in the world, and yet so many people have money problems. Some work hard all their lives and still retire poor, and many do so much to raise their kids just to see them finish college with a lot of debt. It's sad to say that debt become a way of life. So this is the thing that you got to think about. The reason why this is happening is because the lack of financial knowledge. You see, many don't have much, and they care to know much either. So many people were not even taught how to manage their money and read a financial statement. Financial issues are not often discussed, and financial products are not always fully understood. Some buy insurance policies and just bury them in the closet. And some contribute to the employee's retirement plan and don't pay close attention to it. And a large number of people do not have a will, a trust, or a plan to protect their family. See, we are active spenders, but passive savers. So we believe in financial education. And that's why we want you to know that your future is not in the hands of your employer, your union, or your government. It's neither in the hands of your bank nor broker. The future is in your hands. And that's why we want to teach you, like I said, our four intentions is to show you how to make money, save money, accumulate more money, and protect your money. You see, we want to help you to be educated. We want you to be educated so that way you can be your own money manager. Because we know that knowing less is going to cost you more. See, we want you to understand how money works so that way you can make money work for you. Imagine the fact that we spent so many years in school learning how to make a living. But we should also invest our time to learn the financial basics to save a fortune. You won't be free until you're financially free. So our mission, we're on a mission to motivate. Our mission is to motivate you so that way you could be in a position to continue winning the money game. You see, our mission is to simply do this. Number one, we want you to understand how money works. Because some people work for money, but they don't know how to make money work for them. And then also number two, we want to help you to have a financial goal and a plan for the future. It's because people don't plan to fail. It's just that they fail to plan. And then the other thing is, we want to teach you how to cut down your expenses. Because it's not how much you earn that counts, but it's what you keep. And then number four, we're going to teach you how to reduce your debt and liability. Because the interest on your debt may limit your ability for future savings. And number five, we want to show you how to increase your cash flow. Make money when you can, while you can, and have multiple sources of income. And as you can see here, number six, the only way any of this will change. The only way any of this will change is if you embrace change. You got to embrace change if you expect to succeed. And you got to be certain in uncertain times. So we're going to teach you how to control your future. So that way you can continue winning the money game. The next thing, we want you to be a part of this new industry to helping families. Be a part of something that can help your family and friends. And that's the reason why our national campaign for financial literacy is so important. Earlier, I showed you the importance of why we sit down with families and show them how they can save their future by learning finance 101 and also learning the basic principles of building a financial foundation. You see, 1 million financial educated families by the year 2020. See, knowledge is power. And our company is determined to provide 1 million people through North America with a financial education that can help them, empower them, and have a better future. You see, our workshop, let me give you a run through again. In our workshop, we're going to provide workshops and training so that way you can learn some of the financial workshops that we here have. Now, we're going to teach you, once again, how to increase your cash flow. We're going to teach you about debt management. We're going to teach you about how to build a strong financial foundation, how to put together proper protection, how to build wealth, how asset accumulation and retirement planning and wealth preservation. We have a platform training where we're going to teach you about all kinds of insurance, all kinds of investments, health care, and educational planning for yourself or your children. See, we hold these classes to provide the knowledge, the strategies, and the solutions in major areas of financial services. Now, the good thing is that this is the era of the informed consumer where everybody wants to help themselves. Did you know that WFG is an innovative concept in the financial industry? You see, we help people who want to help themselves in building their financial foundation across the U.S. and Canada. See, people from all walks of life have benefit from our platform. You see, we teach them help them to get educated about all aspects of their personal finances. We show them how to have access to hundreds of financial products and services. And they also receive training and support to manage their money. The good thing about it is that they earn referral income on various products and services as well. And the good thing is you have the opportunity where you can earn commissions by getting your license and sharing the know-how with clients in this fast-growing industry. It's amazing that you can actually learn and earn in the financial industry with being a part of our campaign. Now, one of the good things is that this is the distribution. See the distribution revolution that's taking place right now. You see, those who control distribution control their target market. Let me explain to you what I mean. You see, you got to take a look at the major retailers. See, their main focus is on distribution, building more outlets and gain greater access to consumers. You see, in the financial industry as well, those who have more access by helping more people understand how money works, can control their target market and their future. So you got to remember, there's two ways to make it big. It's either number one, you have a lot of money to make money work for you, or number two, you can help a lot more people actually make more money, and then you make more money. See, there's a revolution in the financial industry emerging, and I'm happy to say that you're already a part of it. So here's the thing. The reason why people do well in our opportunity and a part of our campaign is because we have a powerful business platform. You see, we have a world-class support system. You see, World Financial Group, Inc. and World Financial Group Canada, Inc. are a Trans-American company, like I explained earlier. You see, we are one of the best business platforms and one of the fastest growing organizations in the financial industry. You see, we have a proven track record. Just in 2016, over 4,700 of our team members have earned over $100,000 in annual income. Did you know that many of them have become financially independent and many more make good part-time income and pay off their debt and actually build a strong financial foundation? The reason why they were able to do this is because we have a proven successful system. See, first we train the trainer and then we build the builder. See, you start off in our campaign as a trainee. And within 30 days, we're going to help you to become a trainer. And within your next 60 days, we're going to help you to become a builder. And ultimately, in your first 90 days, our goal is to help you to become a system builder. See, our training is going to be with you every step of the way. If you are this person and you're very coachable and very teachable, the reward is that the fact that you get to travel the world. You get to travel the world. And how you do this is by simply participating and qualifying for our dream trips around the world every year. Did you know that we've brought thousands of people to Paris, Hawaii, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, Italy, Spain, Vietnam, China, the Caribbean, and many more exciting destinations? See, what we believe is that happy travel equals happy family. As you can see on these pictures, these folks are here with their families and friends and business partners as well. And you could be a part of that. So I just want to let you know that life is about choices. Life is about choices. And I want you to think about, what will your future look like 5 years from now? 5 years from now. What will your future look like 5 years from now? See, one of the things I could do is I could give you three options. You see, on a part-time basis with our campaign, you keep your full-time job. You make sure that you still do that, and you start with us part-time. And you can learn how to save your future. So you can learn how money works in that time. You can make some extra income on a flexible schedule. You can start getting rid of your debt and start saving for your children's education and your retirement. And if it makes sense, later on, you can build your future with us, where you can transition in the exciting career in the financial industry. You could potentially build up residual income and financial security with renewals, trails, supervisions, and override incomes. You can also build a team. I like to say you can build a family. And the great news is that number three, you could be a part of something big. You know, you could build a large organization all over the U.S. and Canada. And the fact that you could just educate and help thousands of families. Think about all your friends and families that could benefit from what we shared with you. So if you're born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it's your mistake. This is a powerful quote by Bill Gates. And what he's pretty much saying is that you can't help the circumstances of where you were born. You didn't born in a rich family or so on. But you know what? As an adult, you have a choice. That's why I ask you, you know, life is about choices, and what will your future look like 5 years from now? The choice is yours. You have options and choices, and you can really make a difference. So that's the one thing that we want to encourage you to do. Make a difference with us. Join our cause to fight debt, financial insecurity, and financial illiteracy, because our mission is to build and protect wealth for families. We want to help people move from financial insecurity to financially independent. Our mission and our vision is very clear, and that's to build a new industry where 1 million business associates worldwide and revolutionize the financial industry to help resolve the customer dilemma, the lack of understanding, planning, and support that families are facing. So I hope you find something you believe in and you're willing to put your life to fight for it. That's a great quote by our head coach and mentor in our company called Swan Nguyen, one of the greatest leaders in this company. You know, one of the things I want to share with you guys is that this business has really changed my life. But better yet, the campaign has really saved my family. The fact that someone was willing to teach me about finance and put me in a position where I could win for my family and be in a position as a young child. I started this campaign when I was 24 years old. And today I'm in my 30s. So that way I'll be in a position to continue helping families. I've helped hundreds of families, and I've educated hundreds of people, and I've given many people the opportunity to do the same for their family. My thing is, are you going to be the savior for your family and change their life? So always remember that you're one decision away from changing your future for the better. So the choice is always yours. So before I end, I just want to take the time to also do a quick survey. You know, if you're definitely the first time listening to this, get out a blank piece of paper and start writing down the yes or no. And make sure you sit down with the person that invited you or showed you this, so that way they could actually give you the opportunity to get some of your questions answered. So we're going to talk about some personal challenges if you're facing any, and we're going to show you how we can help you with some of these things. So these are yes or no questions. So the first question I ask is, number one, are you still suffering from financial losses as a result of recent economic downturn? Yes or no? Number two, are you concerned about any of the following? The first bulletin says, number one, do you have too many bills or debt? Yes or no? Lack of savings or investments for retirement? Yes or no? Lack of preparation for your children's educational college education? Yes or no? Not knowing enough about Medicare options? Yes or no? Paying too much for health insurance but not getting enough benefits? Yes or no? Not having enough protection in case of disability, long-term illness, or even death? Yes or no? And then number three, do you support children and aging parents or other dependents? Yes or no? Number four, are you concerned about the future of your job or your career? Yes or no? And number five, do you feel that financial concepts that involve investments, debt, inflation, and tax are confusing? Yes or no? And then also number six, when saving and investing, what would you rather for your money? Would you rather better return or better safety? You could choose one or you could choose both. Let us know. And number seven, what's your ideal retirement age? If it was yesterday, we want to know that too. And then here's some of our financial solutions for you as well. Number eight, do you want to learn how to get your children into a good college with proper funding? Yes or no? Do you or does anyone you know need help with healthcare options? Yes or no? Number 10, do you want to learn more about how money works and how to build a strong financial foundation? Yes or no? And number 11, are you interested in making money on a part-time basis if it didn't conflict with what you're currently doing? Yes or no? And number 12, do you want to explore a new business career in the fast-growing financial industry? Like I said, if it didn't create a conflict for what you're currently doing right now, would you want to do that? Yes or no? So this pretty much conduct our survey. So please let us know how we can help you. Let us know what are some of your personal challenges, and let us know if you find any of our financial solutions are fit for you as well. So with that said, I'll come to a very end, and I appreciate you to take the time. If you make it this far, I'll tell you, make sure you sit down with the person that showed you this or invite you to come listen to this, so that way you could be in a position to win the money game. I advise you to make the next step. Remember, life is about choices. And I want you to always think about, what will your future look like 5 years from now? My name is Keyon Corniffe. Some know me as Mr. Finance. And I want to remind you again that you're one decision away from changing your future for the better. Always remember, your choice is yours. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. I look forward to seeing you at the top. And guess what? The sky ain't the limit. It is just the first plateau. Thank you, guys. Have a great day. Have a great time. And let's do amazing things. See you at the top.